I really had to, sort of exist in this place of just pure anger and hatred and, just frustration the entire time of like that everyone around her is incompetent.
This was a really fun film. I had the best time watching it. Congratulations, guys.
Thank
you. Thank you.
I'm going to start off with you. You've played some really fearless, layered women before, but your character really operates in a world of shifting alliances and kind of confined chaos. So I would love to know, what part of her inner world did you find most fascinating to explore?
I think for me, it was the dynamic in the history between Lucas and Catherine. That this person is willing to step on and over anyone to succeed in her objective, and that was something that I absolutely don't identify with, and so I really had to, sort of exist in this place of just pure anger and hatred and, just frustration the entire time of like that everyone around her is incompetent.
You have this great look of this expression on your face that I in real life would hate to ever have to be on the receiving end.
Oh my gosh, my daughter actually recognizes the look the other day. I looked at her and I was upset, and she literally said to me, "Mommy, I do not like that look." And my husband was like, "I mean, it's the truth. That's your angry face." And I was like, "Oh, Jesus."
As a mom, I completely identify it. I think my family calls it the mommy voice. So,
yeah.
Charithra, from Regency drama to real airborne combat is quite a leap. What surprised you most about stepping into the role of Isha, both physically and psychologically? And you were fantastic in this.
Thank you. I think physically it was just a completely new experience for me. I'd never done stunt training or stunt work like that before. And so that was super exciting, but also nerve-wracking. And, I didn't know how it was all being pieced together. So it's sort of something that you do, and then you trust the process. And like, I'm so happy with how it all turned out. And I think that psychologically, I think where Isha and I really differ is because of the things that she's been through and the journey that she's on. She's very suspicious and she's very guarded, and she doesn't have a lot of people in her life. And I think that with Lucas, she's like finally being forced to trust someone and let someone in. And that journey was really interesting. And I think initially at the beginning, their relationship is one that like they're forced to trust each other because they don't trust anyone else, right? It's like the best of a bad bunch. And then to see that grow is really lovely. And I think what's also interesting about Isha and Catherine's journey is like outside perception versus inside reality. And they both like switch, right? It's like one is seen as good and one is seen as less good. And then actually we have like a complete switchoroo of everything that we thought to be the case. And it's really which is really fun for both of us and like in the movie. So, I think like there was just so much to play with. And as women to get to be in this genre and get to play such like multidimensional characters feels like such a privilege.
Well, James, your team had to build an entire plane from scratch and shoot in what kind of sounds like organized chaos. So I would love to know, looking back, what was a moment where you thought, my golly, we might just pull this off?
It was a tricky thing in the sense that a lot of times when you're directing a movie, you kind of edit as you go, and your editor will be like, "You're missing this shot, you're missing that shot." And we had an editor who was in London, but I wasn't able to really work with him because we were working every single day. I had the movie very clearly in my head, and I was just kind of like using the force. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we've got that. I'm pretty sure we have all the pieces. But you never really know. I mean, sometimes you shoot something and you're sure it's perfect, and you get into editorial and you're like, oh shit, sorry. You're like, oh, darn. And, you know, as soon as I got into editorial, we kind of looked at a rough cut and I was pretty concerned, and then started going through every single thing we shot, every single frame of it, and was like, no, this is exactly what I was kind of hoping was here. And we were able to, I mean, exactly what I was visioning while I was shooting, we had, and we were able to get it together. So probably right around the director's cut, you know, right, like just before we handed that over, I was like, oh yeah, we're on to something.